We are here at Park City Live, and I'm speaking with the amazingly talented Lindsey Stirling. How are you, Lindsey?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing so well. This is your first Sundance.
It is, actually, which is pathetic. I lived in Provo for like 5 years, and so I can't believe that now I move away and now I'm here at Sundance.
Well, it's hard. Sometimes when you live somewhere, you don't usually get to venture out, so...
Very true, yeah.
So how's your Sundance experience been so far?
It's been awesome. You know, it made me think to myself, like, what a waste that I haven't come before. I mean, there's just a great energy here, and, you know, that creativity, you can almost feel it just floating in the air. People are excited about art and movies and film and music, and it's just, you know, all the things that are, like, my favorite things, so.
There's a lot of fun people here, and it's kind of that time to bring yourself out and get to know what people are all about in the art world with everything. So it's a fun time to be here. I love your music, but tell some people out there that don't really know about what your music is about. Tell them what you do.
So I am a electronic music style violinist. So I like to pair, I love putting things together that you wouldn't expect to be together, like dubstep or electronic dance music with a violin, and I dance while I play. So a big part of what I do is very visual, and I like fun costumes.
I love watching your videos too. You have millions and millions of people watching your videos. How did that come about?
It's pretty crazy. I mean, honestly, it all kind of stemmed from I wanted so badly to make it as a musician, and I started trying every single avenue I could, and all the traditional ways just slammed in my face. You know, no record label thought I was worth investing in, no talent agency would pick me up, and so finally I was like, I went to film school. I know how to do this whole film thing. And I kind of discovered this niche of YouTube, and I was like, I'm gonna start putting videos on there, and I'm gonna see if anyone watches them. And I was shocked that thousands of people started watching them, and then tens of thousands, and then it turned into millions, and I can't even fathom the number. Like, those are big numbers when you think about that those are each people. So it's been really crazy, and I just feel extremely blessed.
I was showing my dad one of your videos today, the one that was filmed at the Midway Ice Castles.
Oh, yeah.
It's beautiful, and he was into it. He didn't want to stop watching it. He's like, I want to watch more, I want to watch more. So it's good for every generation, I think. So I know you started a new YouTube channel. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
So I have my main channel, which is where I put all my my music videos, and it's always guaranteed to be really high quality because I take a lot of pride in them. And then my second channel is called Lindsey Time, and it's the exact opposite. It's very casual. It's everything from me talking to my fans on my iPhone, and it's videos on the road. Half the time we're just hanging out on the bus, and I'm not wearing makeup, and so it's very casual. It's just kind of a slice of my life, literally, that I put out there for my fans to see.
It's so nice that they get to know you through that way. It's kind of another way for them to know you even not through your music.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I know you were on America's Got Talent, and they voted you off pretty early, if I remember right. So how did that help you now? Like, it was a challenge, I'm sure. So what made you keep going further after that?
I think it was devastating. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna pretend like, oh, it's okay, I got over it super fast. No, it hurt, and I was to say I was humiliated is like the biggest understatement. Like, I don't think I've ever cried that long and that hard and been so embarrassed. But, and it took a lot of courage to take my violin and be like, oh no, I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna get on a stage again. Like, that next time I performed was so scary. But deep down inside, it was almost like I was being called to something, and I knew I wasn't ready to give up yet. And I thought, okay, because they gave me a lot of really harsh criticism and told me things like I sounded like drowned rats being strangled was one of their favorite lines that and this is on like live TV, and but I just thought, okay, maybe that wasn't my best performance. I can get better. I know I could get better. And it flipped from humiliation into motivation, and I was just like, oh, I'm going to prove them wrong. I'm going to prove them wrong, and I'm going to prove it to myself that I'm good enough. And in my first album, actually, I thank Piers Morgan, who's the one that said that. I was like, thank you for giving me a point to prove, and for giving me a lot of motivation to work hard, because it did. It kind of fueled me for that first year.
Well, I love that you are a classically trained violinist. What advice can you give to young people that want to do what you're doing?
I would say, kind of along the lines of what we were just talking about, don't give up. A lot of times all you see is people usually in their successful moments. You don't see the, sometimes years that people put into their careers before they actually are an overnight success. And, anything from, anyone from Walt Disney to Albert Einstein, if you read about these people, they failed so many times before they finally made it. And so I always just I tell young kids, like, it's ride the roller coaster, because, if you work hard, there will definitely be more ups than downs, and you just have to make it through.
So I know that you're doing some motivational speaking. Can you tell me a little bit about that as well?
Yes, I actually studied at BYU. I studied film, but I also studied to be a recreational therapist, and I worked at a treatment center for troubled teenage girls, and I absolutely loved it. And so because that's kind of one of my passions, I love to go and speak for youth. I just have a special place in my heart for teenagers. And just this morning, actually, I was down in Spanish Fork and talking to the girls and sharing my story, because I feel like I can relate to them a lot. I went through an eating disorder in my late teens, and I love to hopefully give them a little bit of hope that you can get out of this. That when you have something like that, you feel so hopeless, you feel alone, you feel lost, and I wanted the message for them to be, and for anyone that hears my story, to be like, you can get past it, and you can be happy, and you can overcome it, and it will make you'll be stronger, and so I love doing that.
I think it's so important to give back and just show people, because there's so much going on out there, like bullying and everything. So it's so nice that you can tell people and give them hope that they can do things like you can, like you are, I should say.
Absolutely.
So I know you collaborated with John Legend,
I did.
and you have a new album you're working on.
I just barely started to kind of dabble in it. I'm touring so much this year, so it won't come out till next spring, which is crazy to think about that. It's so far away. But yeah, I've just barely started jumping in sessions and writing again, and it's I'm excited about it. I'm kind of discovering, like, what do I want this new sound to be? I don't know, but I'm kind of just playing around with different things right now.
Dabbling in it.
Yeah, it's like my little playground of music and styles, and I'm like, I don't know, who am I going to be this next album?
Is there anyone you hope to collaborate with?
Oh man, I would love to work with Ryan Tedder from One Republic. He's one of the most amazing writers, I think. I'd love to work with Katy Perry so that I could wear a really fun, like, cupcake dress in our music video. And Hayley Williams is one of my favorite singers from Paramore.
Great options.
Yeah, solid. I've thought a lot about these.
Well, thank you so much, Lindsey. We're really looking forward to the concert tonight. If you haven't seen any of Lindsey's videos, make sure and check her out. Do you have a website?
I do, LindseyStirling.com.
So that's easy. There you go, LindseyStirling.com. Definitely check out any of her shows when she's on tour. And thank you again, Lindsey.